Should Power Rangers be like Transformers? For those who don't already know, Power Rangers and Transformers are owned by the same company, Hasbro. This gives a slim chance that Power Rangers and Transformers could have the same fate since they are controlled by the same owner. The reality is that each franchise is different, and each one has its own style. We can even say that Transformers fans don't necessarily have to be Power Rangers fans, and Power Rangers fans don't necessarily have to be Transformers fans. Despite this, chances are that if you like either of these two franchises, then you might like the other. This is because both franchises are fantasy universes in which we get to see otherworldly beings and epic battles. Both franchises are full of action, drama, and a little bit of comedy maybe. I say maybe because Transformers doesn't usually have a lot of comedy, and almost always their stories are pretty deep. This is one of the important things we are going to analyze in this video, as this franchise is also going through some changes just like Power Rangers. First, I want you to write in the comments if you are a fan of both franchises and which of the two is your favorite. Let's start by analyzing a little bit about the Transformers franchise, since if you are part of this channel, you have obviously noticed that we have analyzed Power Rangers a lot. Even though Power Rangers has been around for many years, the reality is that the Transformers franchise is way ahead of it, since they have experimented in all areas. This franchise has several animated series, they have live-action movies, they also have comic books, and they also have 3D animated movies. The styles of each of these series or movies are different, as they are aimed at different audiences, and this is precisely what Transformers has done better than Power Rangers. For now, the Power Rangers franchise only has the TV series, movies, and comics. In addition to this, the Power Rangers movies and TV series are all live action, so there is no animated series or movie. We know that both franchises also have games, but I'm not going to add that in this video, since gaming is another world altogether. Another advantage Transformers has had for many years is that they have always known how to adapt their productions to different types of audiences. The animated series are aimed at children, but not so young. The movies are aimed at a more adult audience, and the Transformers 1 movie is aimed at a teenage audience. Basically, they have embraced the entire audience and have managed to keep their franchise renewed for a long time. This obviously has nothing to do with tastes or how good or bad the movies or series have been. It has to do with the fact that they have not let the franchise die and have made the necessary changes to keep Transformers alive. If you are still not getting the message, I will give you a brief example so you can understand the growth of Transformers and the things that Power Rangers has not done to survive. Many years ago, Transformers started with the animated series, and many of us grew up watching those series. Now that we are adults, we are presented with live-action movies that are full of action, drama, and are aimed at a more adult audience. In addition to this, in order to create modern productions and to be able to have the attention of the young people of these times, they create 3D animated movies aimed at a teenage audience. At the same time, they have not stopped creating animated series with modern styles that are aimed at audiences of all ages in order not to lose market relevance. All this is something that Power Rangers has not done, since they kept creating the same format aimed at a child audience, and the only thing they created were the comics. Maybe many are going to mention the 2017 movie, since it was a project aimed for an adult audience, but that movie did not have the full essence of Power Rangers, and that is why it was not so successful. Even if we compare it with the Transformers movies, we can see the big difference between both productions. I don't mean the special effects, I don't mean the style, and I don't mean the story. I mean the entire essence that the Transformers movies had, since they used many things from the animated series and did not try to change the main characters too much. So, we repeat the question we asked at the beginning of the video: should Power Rangers be like Transformers? My opinion is that Power Rangers should be like Transformers because Power Rangers has all the necessary elements to become a super franchise and reach all audiences. Also, with all the tools we have today, Power Rangers could have projects in all possible versions. Previously, we have talked about Power Rangers could create an anime series, since with all the action and fantasy it has, a series in that style would be perfect. Another possible project could be an animated series aimed at a children's audience that could perhaps tell more stories of all the Power Rangers teams that we have already know. Even that same project could also be aimed for an adult audience with a darker style, as many other franchises have done with their animated series. If the franchise would like to have a project entirely for children, then they should use modern formats, the same as Transformers is doing with the Transformers 1 movie. This 3D animation format, but at the same time having a quite realistic style, works very well to have the attention of the kids' audience now, and with this format you can add all the silly comedy you want to it. There are some adult Transformers fans who are angry that the Transformers 1 movie is full of silly comedy, but the reality is that this animation format fits that comedy perfectly. I personally really like that a movie with that format can have all that goofy comedy, but I hate it when a live-action format like Power Rangers has goofy comedy. Finally, the next format that Power Rangers should use is live-action movies and series aimed at adult audiences. This is precisely what they want to do with the reboot, and we hope that this format will be successful. The reality is that if the reboot project fails, it is only going to be because of the story or the essence. All of us Power Rangers fans know that being able to see the Rangers in serious storylines, dark dramas, and action with great special effects is going to be perfect. For a long time, we have enjoyed Power Rangers with simple special effects, light drama, and basic storylines. If we've all enjoyed Power Rangers this way, then you can imagine how we're going to enjoy the franchise when it has serious stories, dark dramas, and action with big special effects. Even the 2017 movie might have been a flop, but you have to accept that we all enjoyed the special effects and all the dark drama that movie had. Even though the gist wasn't right, I was able to enjoy seeing a Rita Repulsa that was like a demon destroying and managed to take the life of a ranger in a very simple way. I assure you, if that movie had had all the essence of Power Rangers, we would have had several sequels by now, and possibly that would have been the beginning of the reboot. If you would like the franchise to do projects in all these formats, please like this video and subscribe to see the future of Power Rangers.